Jai Hind friends. In last video we have discussed that how can we find the Jacobian of implicit functions. We have seen that if I have an implicit function f1 involving x, y, u and v and another implicit function f2 involving same functions and independent variables, then this Jacobian del uv over del xy can be calculated as minus 1 raised to the power 2 del f1 f2 over del xy whole divided by del f1 f2 over del uv. We have also seen that this idea can be generalized for 3 or more variables also. If we have 3 functions u, v and w which are functions of 3 independent variables x, y and z, and we are having 3 implicit relations involving x, y, z, u, v and w, then this Jacobian del u v w over del x, y, z can be calculated as del f1 f2 f3 over del x, y, z divided by del f1 f2 f3 over del u v w multiplied by minus 1 raised to the power 3. This 3 is occurring because we are working with 3 by 3 Jacobian. In previous slide, when it was 2 by 2 Jacobian, then we have written minus 1 raised to the power 2. Similarly, if there will be 4 functions and 4 independent variables, then this power will become 4. Now, we are going to take examples to understand the procedure to calculate the Jacobian by this process. Example says, if x square plus y square plus u square minus v square equal to 0 and uv plus xy equal to 0, prove that del uv over del xy is equals to x square minus y square upon u square plus v square. We are given 2 implicit relations involving x, y and u, v, and we wish to calculate the value of this Jacobian del u v over del xy. Here in beginning we have seen that if the values of u and v are explicitly expressible in terms of x and y, then this Jacobian can be calculated by using direct formula of Jacobian. It is not the case here. Also, if we try to express x, y in terms of u and v, then the property of Jacobian discussed earlier will be used or can be used, but here the situation is also not compatible with this property, because we cannot express x, y in terms of u and v easily, and therefore we are observing implicit relations involving x, y and u, v, and therefore to calculate this Jacobian we shall use the property discussed in previous slides, and for this I introduce f1 and f2. This term, because right hand side is already 0, therefore the term on left hand side will be taken as f1, and similarly in second relation the term on left hand side will be taken as f2. Now f1 and f2 are with us. Now we shall use our formula to calculate this Jacobian. For this I first calculate Jacobian of f1 f2 with respect to x and y. The Jacobian of f1 and f2 with respect to x and y can be written as del f1 over del x, del f1 over del y, del f2 over del x, del f2 over del y. When we shall calculate these partial derivatives, then we shall treat f1 as a function of independent variables x, y, u and v, and therefore when we shall differentiate partially with respect to x, then remaining variables will be treated as constant, and thus this del f1 over del x will be merely 2x, because remaining terms will all be 0 because remaining variables are being treated as constants. Similarly, del f1 over del y will be calculated from this f1. This time this y square when differentiated will give twice of y, and remaining term x square and u square minus v square will be considered as constant, and therefore those terms will vanish. Now I calculate del f2 over del x from this f2, because this time y, u and v will be treated as constants, and therefore del f2 over del x will be simply y. Similarly, del f2 over del y will be x. This is the value of this Jacobian del f1 f2 over del xy. Now we shall simplify this Jacobian. It is not difficult to simplify it. By directly expanding, I obtain twice x square minus twice y square, which is twice of x square minus y square. Thus, first Jacobian del f1 f2 over del xy is calculated. Now we calculate another Jacobian, which is del f1 f2 over del uv. This del f1 f2 over del uv is del f1 over del u, del f1 over del v, del f2 over del u, del f2 over del v. Now we shall calculate concerned partial derivatives, and those derivatives will be substituted here. These are values of f1 and f2 assumed by us in beginning. Del f1 over del u when calculated will give twice of u, because all terms except terms of u will remain constant. So this term will be twice of u. Del f1 over del v calculated from here will be minus twice of v, because remaining terms will be 0. Similarly, del f2 over del u will be v, and del f2 over del v will be u. These are the values calculated by us. Now this is 2 by 2 determinant can be simplified easily, and expanding this determinant I obtain twice u square plus twice v square. That 2 can be taken outside, and therefore the value of this Jacobian del f1 f2 over del uv comes out to be this one. Now we know that this Jacobian del uv over del xy, which is actually required, is minus 1 raised to the power 2 del f1 f2 over del xy whole divided by del f1 f2 over del uv. This del f1 f2 over del xy was calculated. Del f1 f2 over del uv was also calculated. Substituting those values here, the value of this was twice x square minus y square. Value of del f1 f2 over del uv was twice u square plus v square. This minus 1 raised to the power 2 will become 1, and in this manner I obtain the value of this Jacobian del uv over del xy as x square minus y square over u square plus v square. What is done? Let me sum up once again. We were given two functions f1 and f2 involving x, y, u and v. In fact, functions f1, f2 are assumed by us. We were just given relations involving x, y and uv, and those relations were having RHS as 0. So I assumed the left hand side as f1 and f2 in order to calculate this Jacobian. Because we were not able to express uv in terms of x and y or xy in terms of u and v, so previously discussed method were not fruitful here. Then this Jacobian del f1 f2 over del xy was calculated by usual process. Then this Jacobian del f1 f2 over del uv was calculated by similar process, and substituting these values here I obtained the value of del uv over del xy as this value. Now we move towards next example. It is a typical example, says if u, v and w are the roots of this equation in lambda, then show that del uvw over del xyz is equal to minus of twice x minus y, y minus z, z minus x upon u minus v, v minus w, w minus u. Let us first understand what is actually meant here. We are given a cubic equation in lambda, that is lambda is unknown whose value is to be calculated if we try to solve this equation. Now in this cubic equation in lambda, we know by fundamental theorem of algebra that if we are having a cubic equation, then this equation will have 3 roots, and those roots are denoted by u, v and w. Now this equation is involving x, y and z. So if we vary these x, y and z, then the equation will vary, and equation will vary means the roots u, v, w will also vary. Thus we can say that these u, v and w are functions of these x, y and z. When these u, v and w are functions of x, y and z, therefore we can try to calculate, or we can think of this Jacobian del u, v, w over del x, y, z, and we are supposed to prove that this Jacobian is this expression. Now to evaluate this Jacobian, we can directly see that it is not possible to find the u, v and w in terms of x, y and z by in a simple form. So using traditional process in which these functions are expressed in terms of these variables will not work, and ultimately we need to apply the process discussed in this lecture, where we try to find implicit functions involving independent variables and functions. And so I need to find some relations involving u, v and w and x, y and z. Those relations will be used to write f1, f2 and f3, and then once f1, f2 and f3 are obtained, then I can try to find this Jacobian by the formula for implicit functions discussed here. To find the relations involving u, v, w and x, y, z, we shall use properties of cubic equation. We recall that if u, v and w are roots of the equation a lambda cube plus b lambda square plus c lambda plus d equal to 0, then u plus v plus w, sum of roots of cubic equation, is nothing but minus b by a. uv plus vw plus wu is equals to c by a, and uvw is nothing but minus d by a. These three results are well known results obtained in theory of equations. We shall use these results to find relations among u, v and w and x, y, z for given equation, and before that we shall express that equation in this standard form. Now we move towards solution. This is our equation. This equation is to be expressed in this standard form, so that we can apply these formulae mentioned here. So I expand this lambda minus x whole cube by using the formula a minus b whole cube. A minus b whole cube is a cube minus b cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square. So, this term lambda minus x whole cube will give lambda cube minus x cube minus 3 lambda square x plus 3 lambda x square. This term lambda minus y whole cube will give similarly lambda cube minus y cube minus 3 lambda square y plus 3 lambda y square. In a similar fashion, the third term lambda minus z whole cube will give us this term. Now, this expression in left hand side can be simplified. This lambda cube, this lambda cube, this lambda cube, these three terms will be combined, and I shall obtain 3 lambda cube, this 3 lambda square x from here, this 3 lambda square y from here, this 3 lambda square z from here can be combined. I can take minus 3 lambda square outside, and I shall obtain x plus y plus z. Similarly, these terms 3 lambda y square, 3 lambda x square and 3 lambda z square can be collected, and the remaining terms minus x cube, minus y cube, minus z cube will also be written after this. By doing so, I will obtain equation like this: 3 lambda cube minus 3 lambda square x plus y plus z plus 3 lambda x square plus y square plus z square minus x cube plus y cube plus z cube equals to 0. Now, this equation is in the form which we have here: a lambda cube plus b lambda square plus c lambda plus d equal to 0, and therefore, this equation can be used to find the values of u plus v plus w, uv plus vw plus wu and uvw. This is equation. The value of u plus v plus w was minus b by a. This term excluding lambda will be b. This term excluding terms of lambda will be c. This is v, this is c, and the term not having lambda will become d, and the term, the coefficient of lambda cube will become a. Now, u plus v plus w is minus b by a. The value of b is minus of 3x plus y plus z. Value of a is 3. So, u plus v plus w will be x plus y plus z. Now, uv plus vw plus wu. This expression was calculated using this equal to c by a. The value of c is this: 3 times x square plus y square plus z square. Value of a is again 3, and this 3 will cancel out from here, and I will obtain simply x square plus y square plus z square. The third term u v w is nothing but minus d by a. D is this term, a is 3, so it will be x cube plus y cube plus z cube by 3. Thus, I obtain implicit relations involving x, y, z and u, v, w. One relation is u plus v plus w equals to x plus y plus z. Second relation is uv plus vw plus wu equals to x square plus y square plus z square, and third one is this. Now, with the help of these relations, I can write f1, f2 and f3, and for this I first convert these right hand sides to 0. From this relation, I can write u plus v plus w minus x minus y minus z. From second relation, I can write uv plus vw plus wu minus x square plus y square, x square minus y square minus z square. From third relation, this right hand side will be shifted towards LHS and I will obtain this. Now, these three relations are obtained. With the help of the three relations, I shall write f1, f2 and f3, and then our usual process will begin, in which we apply the formula for implicit functions to find the value of Jacobian. This term will be taken as f1, second term will be taken as f2, and third left hand side will be taken as f3. This becomes f1, this becomes f2 and this becomes f3. Now, f1, f2, f3 are calculated. With the help of these f1, f2 and f3, we can apply our usual process of implicit functions to find the value of given Jacobian. Now, we proceed. Since this Jacobian del uvw over del xyz, which is required, can be written as del f1, f2, f3 over del xyz whole divided by del f1, f2, f3 over del uvw multiplied by minus 1 raised to the power 3. Therefore, I shall calculate this Jacobian and this Jacobian separately from the values of f1, f2 and f3 calculated in previous slide. Now, this del f1, f2, f3 upon del xyz is equal to del f1 over del x, del f1 over del y, del f1 over del z, del f2 over del x, del f2 over del y, del f2 over del z, and similarly the third row. Now, these are values of our f1, f2 and f3. This Jacobian del f1, f2, f3 over del xyz will obtain this form, because del f1 over del x will be minus 1 written here, del f1 over del y will again be minus 1 written here, del f1 over del z will again be minus 1 written here, del f2 over del x will be minus of 2x from here, del f2 over del y will be minus 2y, and similarly the remaining terms. Now, this Jacobian needs to be simplified. We know that the expansion of Jacobian or determinant directly is not a convenient process, and so we try to manipulate it, we try to simplify the elements so that the expansion becomes easier. Here we observe that minus 1 is occurring everywhere in first row, minus 2 is occurring everywhere in second row, and minus is occurring everywhere in third row. So, we can take each of these common from respective rows. Taking minus 1 common from first row, I obtain 1 1 1 here. Taking minus 2 common from second row, I obtain x, y and z, and taking minus 1 common from third row, I obtain x square, y square, z square. Simplifying it, this becomes 2, and I need to further simplify this determinant with the help of elementary transformations. What I do? Here this one is present. With the help of this one, we shall convert this and this to 0. For this, I apply these transformations. C2 replaced by C2 minus C1 will give here 0. C3 replaced by C3 minus C1 give 0 here also, and the transformations will be applied in remaining elements as well. By C2 minus C1, this is 0, this becomes y minus x. This becomes y square minus x square. By this transformation, C3 replaced by C3 minus C1, this becomes 0, this becomes z minus x, and this becomes z square minus x square. Now, we shall further simplify this determinant. Here, we observe that first two elements, the first row has two zeros. Therefore, expanding this determinant along first row will convert it into a 2 by 2 determinant, which is easier to manipulate. So, I expand along R1. Expanding along R1, I obtain 1 times this 2 by 2 determinant plus 0 because remaining elements are 0. Now, this can be further simplified. If I observe this y square minus x square can be written as y minus x, y plus x, using a square minus b square equals to a plus b minus b. Similarly, this z square minus x square can be written as z minus x, z plus x. This y minus x is occurring everywhere in first column. This z minus x is occurring everywhere in second column. So, these can be taken outside. Taking y minus x outside from first column, z minus x outside from second column, I obtain this determinant. It can be expanded easily, and expanding this determinant, I obtain z plus x minus y minus x. So, the value of this Jacobian del f1 f2 f3 over del xyz comes out to be minus 2 x minus y, y minus z, z minus x. Now, we move towards another Jacobian which was required. Another Jacobian is del f1 f2 f3 upon del u v w. f1, f2, f3 are written here. Del f1 over del u calculated from here will give 1. Del f1 over del v from here will again give 1. Del f1 over del w calculated from here will again give 1. Similarly, del f2 over del u will be v plus w. Del f2 over del v will be u plus w, and del f2 over del w will be u plus v. In a similar fashion, del f3 over del u, del f3 over del v, del f3 over del w will be calculated, and this determinant will be obtained. Now, we shall simplify this determinant, and for this, with the help of this one, we shall convert remaining two ones to 0. And for this, we shall apply these transformations: C2 replaced by C2 minus C1, C3 replaced by C3 minus C1. C2 minus C1 will make 0 here. This will be u minus v. This will be wu minus vw. C3 minus C1 will give 0 here. U plus v minus v plus w will give u minus w. uv minus vw will be here. Now, this is again a determinant having first row as two zeros. In first row there are occurring two zeros. So, if we expand it along first row, it will be transformed into a 2 by 2 determinant. So, expanding along first row, it will become u minus v, wu minus wv, u minus w, uv minus vw plus remaining elements as 0. Now, this determinant can be further simplified. This u minus v, this term is wu minus wv. W can be taken common from these two elements. I obtain w u minus v. Similarly, v was taken common from next two element. I obtain u minus w. Now, this can be further simplified by taking u minus v common from first column. In first column, u minus v is occurring in both elements, so I can take it outside from the determinant. In second column, u minus w is there in both elements, so it can again taken be outside, and therefore I shall obtain this u minus v gone from here, and I am left with 1 w and here 1 v. Expanding this 2 by 2 determinant is not difficult, and expanding I obtain the value of this Jacobian del f1 f2 f3 over del u v w as this expression. Now, this Jacobian del f1 f2 f3 over del x y z was already calculated. Del f1 f2 f3 over del u v w is calculated now, and we shall use these two along with this formula to write the value of this Jacobian. Substituting the values, the value of this Jacobian was this one, the value of Jacobian occurring in denominator was this one. Simplifying, these minus sign will cancel out, and this minus 1 raised to the power 3 will give again minus, and it is the value of required Jacobian which we were trying to find or which we were trying to prove. Let me sum up this problem again. We were given a cubic equation. That cubic equation was having u, v and w as its roots, and we wish to prove that this Jacobian del u v w over del x y z is this one. What I did? First of all, I expressed the equation in standard form. Then, using the relations among coefficients and roots of the equation, I obtained three relations involving u, v, w and x, y, z. Those relations were used to introduce f1, f2 and f3, and once f1, f2 and f3 were obtained, then we calculated this Jacobian, then we calculated this Jacobian, and substituting those values in this formula, I calculated the value of Jacobian like this, and it is our required result. Thus, in current lecture, we have discussed that how the formula for implicit functions Jacobian is used. We have taken one example for two functions and two variables. Then we have taken a typical example for three functions and three variables. With this, we are finishing this topic Jacobians, and in coming lecture we will discuss last topic of this module, which will be errors. Thanks, and we will continue with errors in next video.